Hey beauties, it's Jayme Jo
and Jessie Massoud,
and welcome to Skinfluence,
a podcast dedicated to beauty, fashion and self-love,
turning your weakness into your uniqueness. Before we get started, we'd like to acknowledge the custodians of the land on which we record, the Gadigal People of the Eora Nation.
In today's episode, we are tackling our most asked questions about curly hair, and it's all going to be about how to grow out your curly hair and how to deal with frizz. Let's get into it.
So, hair growth. This is literally our biggest asked question because we both do have quite long curls, and my curls have been through many different stages. I've had the short curls, I've had, a fringe, I've had very round curls, and now I've got long mermaid curls. And this is actually my favorite stage of my hair.
Same. And I think we kind of go through these stages together. Which is so cute. And our followers have seen that, of course. And they are all asking the question, how do you grow out your curls? And this can be a little bit tough to answer because there's not just one miracle thing that we can say this is going to work for you. Because we always like to say hair is really individual and there are so many different curl types, right? So what we might do might not work for you, but we have seen these things tested and tried amongst a wide group of people.
Yeah.
And these things together are always going to help stimulate hair growth.
I think we have a few pretty foolproof methods though. The only thing that could be getting in the way of hair growth is your hormones. So that could be something separately that you have to check out. But in terms of if you're doing all these things together, as Jessie said, you are going to see results.
Definitely.
So just stick with us because we've got some really, really great stuff to tell you about how to grow out those curls.
All right, let's hop right into them. The first one we're going to talk about is rosemary water. I'm sure most of you would have seen online a big sort of craze that started about rosemary oil versus rosemary water. As I saw this craze come up about rosemary water, I guess I had really short hair at the time. I was dealing with hormone issues and I just did the big chop thinking that was going to save my curly hair.
We both did. I don't know what we decided to do, but before our Italian summer in 2022, we thought, why not just chop our curls off? Why would we do that?
I think we were both going through the works with our curls.
Yeah.
Our curl pattern had changed and they just sort of lost a bit of life. So we thought that if we cut our hair, we'd get the life and the bounce and the curls back, but it just actually wasn't the solution. So maybe even take that as a sign to not think that cutting your hair is always the option.
That's true.
So yeah, like I said, I was going through the works. I heard so much about rosemary oil online actually, and I really, really wanted to try it. But honestly, I was afraid about putting oil into my curly hair. It's something that you hear a lot of mixed sort of reviews about.
Well, not only that, I think our experience with oil in general is that it doesn't actually do many good things for our curls. Me personally, I never use oil on my hair unless it's just a little bit if I have dead ends, so just on the very ends of my curls. I don't like using oil throughout my hair to refresh because it makes it oily, droopy, frizzy, all of the above.
Down.
So doing rosemary oil wasn't really a good option, even though you'd heard so many good things about it. And then you came across rosemary water.
That was the thing. I had heard so many good things about it for straight hair.
Yeah.
And I had seen amazing results for straight hair, but you don't see much about it for curly hair.
Yeah.
So I kept doing my research and I looked into rosemary water, and this is something that you can actually make at home.
Yeah.
Which is, I love a little bit of a DIY project.
You really do.
And it's easy. You can just go down to your local supermarket, buy some rosemary, and then the process is you boil the rosemary in water with cloves until the water starts bubbling, and then you actually turn off the heat and then you leave it in the pot with the lid on for 20 minutes, and then you just pour it out and it's ready to use. You can freeze it and then let it defrost and use it throughout the week.
So how would you use it?
So how I used it, I would put it in a spray bottle,
spray
it all over my scalp, mainly focus it in the scalp, and then once that was fully drenched, I'd try and wet the rest of my hair, and then I would use a scalp massager to rub it in and stimulate blood flow to the scalp so that it sort of activates in a way. These two go hand in hand because using a scalp massager and the rosemary water is both targeting hair growth.
Did you see any results after you were using this? How long did you actually use it for?
I used this consistently for 4 months. I started doing it in my uni break because I knew I could be consistent with it then. And the results I saw from it wasn't necessarily just hair growth,
Like
to be
length.
honest. Like length. I didn't see just length, but I did see density change. And that's something that I was struggling a lot with PCOS. I felt like my hair was really gappy
And thin.
and it was like straggly and I was just losing a lot of hair. So I think it helped me stop losing more hair.
Yeah.
And it made my scalp less irritable. I could go longer between my wash days, and it honestly kind of helped me with my dandruff, which is really random. But these were the changes that I saw in response to rosemary water. So it was all positive.
Yeah.
Positive changes that do help lead to length.
If you're really serious about hair growth, rosemary water is such a good option because it's cheap. I mean, it's almost essentially free if you grow your own rosemary or if you know anybody who does. And it does actually get you the results that you want without keeping your hair oily. So rosemary oil maybe is better for straight hair, but I don't think necessarily it's the way to go for thinner density curls. If you have thick, textured, coily hair, this would be a great option for you. For us, rosemary water, just had great results. Like,
yeah, you have nothing to lose by trying it, right?
Another quick thing to slide in before we get to some product recs is having a protein-heavy diet. This is just something that you can do for yourself whilst you are eating and preparing your food. Having a lot of protein in your diet is going to make sure that you are keeping good hair density and healthy hair. And it just goes hand in hand with women's health and women's hormones. So that's something for Jessie, especially as a PCOS girly, that she needs to just focus on.
Yeah, always just upping the protein. And we talked about it in a previous episode about bone broth and collagen.
Yep.
Collagen helps boost hair, skin, and nails. So those things go hand in hand. And you can listen to it on that episode.
Yeah, 100%. Okay, so this is my favorite hack for really growing your curls, and this is not spoken about enough, and it is so easy and it is so cheap because it's just a one-time purchase. So buy yourself a scalp massager. I honestly cannot recommend it enough. I've used a few different brands, and the one from Aveda is actually my favorite. So it's called the Scalp Solutions Scalp Massager. It is $58, but again, it's just a one-time purchase. It's not a product that you're going to run out of, and you can grab that from Mecca. So what you do with a scalp massager, you can use it in a few different ways, and Jessie mentioned it. In one way, you can use it paired with your rosemary water.
Or oil or whatever you're using.
Yeah, because this is really great at stimulating the scalp. It looks like just this little thing that you hold in your hand with pokey little prongs, and essentially it massages your scalp. What I like to do is I like to go in different sections across the top of my head and then all the way around, and literally just getting every part of my scalp and really massaging your head with a scalp massager. What it does is stimulate the hair follicle. It also is going to break up any product buildup that you have on your scalp, and product buildup can really get in the way.
Yeah, it halts hair growth.
Yeah, it can really get in the way of just a good, healthy hair environment for your scalp. Scalp care is so important.
And I think people don't realize how much product buildup they can be having, especially with curly hair, because you're using a lot of different products to sort of tame your curls and get them looking really, really good. So you've got creams, gels, mousses, hairsprays, like that creates up a lot of buildup, which is definitely affecting your hair growth.
Yeah. So really getting rid of that product buildup with a scalp massager is going to be so beneficial. And using a scalp massager twice a week to stimulate the hair follicles is going to be so good in just promoting hair growth and length.
Yeah.
People ask me, like, how did you grow your hair so quickly? Because they saw me with short hair not so long ago, and now it's almost down to my waist. It is using a scalp massager twice weekly. It is so beneficial. I cannot recommend it enough. And then when you pair it with a product for the scalp, it's just going to boost all the effects and just really, really promote healthy hair.
And the product that I love to use is the Durkos by Vichy Anti-Dandruff Shampoo. It's $26. It's from Chemist Warehouse. And this isn't a product that has been marketed towards just curly hair. But this product is amazing for reducing product buildup. And if you have curly hair and you have dandruff and you have an irritable, itchy scalp, this has made the biggest change in my hair. This is a really good balancing product that I like to use in replace of like a no-poo shampoo.
Yeah, that is one thing that you guys have to cut out as curly girls. Stop no-pooing, because if you don't know what that is, no-poo is basically like, it's like cleansing your hair without actually cleaning it. A shampoo is designed to clean the scalp, to get rid of product buildup, and just to actually make the hair clean. If you are, as a curly girl, not doing that because you think it's better for your curls, you are sorely mistaken.
You might be self-sabotaging.
Yeah, you really are. And
for your hair growth.
Yeah, you're getting in the way of like healthy hair growth. So using the scalp massager with rosemary water or the anti-dandruff shampoo is going to just double the benefits and the effects. Now, my favorite product is a scalp scrub, and I almost completely have ditched shampoo. I use it every now and then, but I use a scalp scrub in the shower every single time I wash my hair. It's just so much more beneficial for me. And the one that I love is the Christoph Robin Sea Salt. Wow, what a tongue twister. Yeah. It's the Christoph Robin Sea Salt Scalp Scrub. Oof. That is 4 S's.
What a handful. Jeez.
Yeah, it is $72, so it's quite expensive. But this is a big tub, so it's actually going to last you quite a while, and a little bit goes a long way because the texture of the product is actually like crystallized sea salt. However, when you scoop it out onto your hand, it looks like that sea salt crystallized product. But then when you add a little bit of water, it starts to emulsify, and it actually goes a really long way. So you only need a small coin-sized amount of this, and this effectively cleans my hair like no tomorrow. As in, my hair is squeaky clean. If I
don't
rub
like the feeling of it being squeaky clean though.
Like, I know Jessie doesn't like this.
I've tried this product before when my scalp used to get super irritated. I might try it again soon though because I don't have that issue anymore. But when I used to try, I did find that it irritated my hair. Yep. So maybe if you have already a sensitive scalp and it's in an irritable mode already, maybe don't try it just yet. But if you have a healthy scalp, like Jamie's saying, like this will go a long way to like really clean it.
So yeah, in terms of hair growth, there are so many things you can do, but these are our top recommendations. Just to go over them again and just give you a quick rundown to refresh yourself.
We've got rosemary water, a high protein diet, scalp massaging, the right shampoo or scalp scrub.
Yeah.
Now we're getting into another big thing that everyone wants to know how to reduce, and it's frizz.
Yes. And this is... It's a hard topic because frizz is such a beautiful part of curls. It's just natural. It's normal.
It's just an inherent thing that you have when you have curly hair.
Yeah, it's not something that you're going to be able to completely get rid of, especially if you like voluminous, big curls.
Fluffy curls.
Yeah, which we both do.
I think a better way to think about it is fluffy and movable and like lived in curls.
Lived in, that's right. Like if you look at our hair from day to day, there's maybe only a few hours that our hair doesn't have any frizz, and that's just the reality of having curls.
Yeah, and I think I always like to think about curls in the sun, and when it's got that little bit of like fluffy, frizzy texture to it, the sun hits really lovely on it and it kind of like shines.
Yeah.
So I like to think of it in that way, and I don't think it's a bad thing. But at the beginning of your wash, I think you do want your first result to have minimal frizz so that like as you progress, your hair lasts longer throughout the week.
Of course. Like if you live in a humid environment, frizz can be like a very big issue because it's not just a nice little bit of frizz that we're talking about. Yeah. It could like overtake your hair. You could have absolutely no definition at all. So we do have some recommendations, and these are products that we have been using for a very long time.
Like since day one, curly hair journey.
Day one, which is like almost 6 years ago, because they are great at combating frizz and actually just styling the hair.
Too. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, and this is the John Frieda Dream Curls Frizz Ease range, and you can literally get this at any drugstore near you. Priceline, Chemist Warehouse. I think they even have it at like Woolworths.
Yeah, Woolies. Yeah, Woolies and Coles.
And especially the Secret Weapon Finishing Cream, and it's super affordable. Their products range from $10 to $20.
Well, you can just catch a sale too.
Exactly. Yeah. I love products that you can just catch a
sale.
You're
always going to find these on sale.
The Secret Weapon Finishing Cream, I love to use that when I'm refreshing my hair. Like the next day, day 2, in the morning, I'll put it in my hair, and honestly, that seems to target the frizz for my day 2 curls.
Exactly. So you're going to mainly see frizz on day 2, day 3. What you want to do with this product is you just want to squeeze a pea-sized amount into your hand.
Yeah, super small amount. Goes a long way.
You don't need a lot. It's quite thick, actually. And you want to rub it to emulsify, so just rub it between your fingers, and then you want to scrunch it in. Don't drag the product through the hair. This can create, I don't know, just like very soggy looking hair.
Well, I was about to say the opposite.
Ooh.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Well, I like to like put it like this and then scrunch.
Okay, yeah, that's right.
Because if you just start scrunching, you're just scrunching over the frizz.
Well, that's a pancake technique. So you want to pancake over the hair and then scrunch. But you don't want to run your fingers through your curls.
No, never
that would be terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah. So pancake it over to seal in that frizz, and then you can scrunch it up.
Then scrunch it back up to give the definition.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Also, with these products, you can add a little bit of water just to really refresh and enhance the curls, because on day 2, water is a great way. Like, it's an easy and effective way.
Water goes a long way, more than you think. So even sometimes if you don't have a product available on you, even if you just do the same technique, like pancake it down with some water, then scrunch it back up, like that still does go a long way.
But don't be like me in high school, terrified of having frizzy curls, that in the lunch breaks I would actually just wet my hair.
Yeah.
And then everyone would be like, why is your hair wet? I'm like, oh, I can't win. Why is your hair frizzy? Why is your hair wet? Like, okay, give me a break.
Don't fall into that trap.
Exactly. So this is a really great product range. They have shampoo, conditioner, mousse, styling cream, gel, like anything you could possibly want. And it's super affordable and easy to get. And we've tried them all and we love them all.
Approved.
Yep, approved. There are also a few things you can invest in to make your life easier to reduce frizz. And those are things like silk pillowcases, silk scrunchies,
sleeping in a bonnet.
Yeah, which we can't do because it's so uncomfortable.
I rip it off every time.
Yeah.
I rip it off halfway through the night.
Yeah, cheers to you if you can sleep with a bonnet on, because that's going to save you so much time in the morning restyling your hair. Mm-hmm. For me, it's just so uncomfortable. It always ends up on the floor. I don't even know how. But
yeah, like I don't remember ripping it off, but I wake up and it's like halfway across the room. Yeah. It's hanging on my window.
Literally. But yeah, these are really, really great things that you can just implement into your curl routine just to help reduce a little bit of frizz and make your curls more manageable.
A new product that I've been loving to use to refresh my hair is the Tresemme Argan Oil range, and specifically the step number 3, which is their curl cream.
Yep.
And I actually started using this when we stayed at the Ovolo together and to refresh our hair for the event. Like, I've never seen my hair look that good.
We were going to a Tresemme event because they were launching this really cool initiative in the Ovolo Hotel where you can have like your own personalized hair menu designed
delivered
for you.
to your door for free whenever you stay at the Ovolo.
Which is so innovative and different, especially for curly girls. Like, who goes to a hotel
and has a curly range available
exactly
for your curly hair?
It's unheard of. When we got it delivered, it immediately became one of my favorite curl creams, and I use it all the time now because it's very light and fluffy and gives you a beautiful shine and definition to it.
Yeah. And I feel like I don't have to add water to this product to
you can use it dry.
You can just use it on dry hair because it's lighter than the John Frieda one.
Yeah, there's such a great range. And if you are interested in, staying on budget, the range actually doesn't have silicones or sulfates. So if that's something you're worried about in your curly hair routine, you don't have to worry about it. A lot of drugstore curly hair brands have these products, like they have these ingredients.
They're available.
They have a lot of the drugstore brands have harsh sulfates, harsh silicones, and harsh alcohols in their curly hair products, but Tresemme doesn't.
Which is lovely.
Which is really, really great, especially if you do follow the curly girl movement method. Yeah. So just remember, in terms of frizz, it's something that you're going to have to accept and love, and it does add to the overall effect of having beautiful, big, curly hair.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you for joining us today on Skinfluence. If you're interested in any of the products mentioned in today's episode, there are links available in the episode description on your podcast app.
If you love what you hear, leave us a rating and a review.
And if you have any questions you want us to cover on the pod, reach out via our socials. Mine is at Jessie Massoud.
And mine's at Jayme Jo, or send us an email at skinfluence@novapodcast.com.au.
Love you guys.
See you next time.
Bye.